So we're going to be playing around a little bit on the Swiss ball today. So these got demonized a little bit because there were people that were trying to push strength while being very unstable, which limits actual power production. But I think there's still some utility in them. You really do have to find your balance, and I know a lot of people will also say balance is highly specific, but I definitely think that if you do enough different balancing acts, you will improve your general sense of balance. You know, if you're doing handstands, if you're doing balance beam, if you're doing some Swiss ball work. I just got finished with a leg day, so my legs are extra shaky. This probably should have been done before that. But you can pick different positions, different areas to focus on finding that balance. And I feel pretty comfortable saying, yeah, there's certainly a such thing as a general sense of balance that you develop with different areas. If you go do something with a grappler, you're going to find they can find their balance faster than a lot of people. If you do something with a gymnast, tell them that there's balance is only specific. Gymnasts are exceptionally balanced pretty much anywhere you put them. So I think that if you give yourself some very alive work on the ball, especially if you can transition from one space to another, then you could certainly develop your general sense of balance. And try to get into a squat on this one. It's pretty hard for me to do. Maybe if I put my hands on the ground first. Nope. Struggling with that big time right now. It's pretty challenging for me either way, but my legs being fried right now, certainly not helping. It's not the reason why it's challenging. Like I said, wouldn't matter if I had a leg day or not. I'd have trouble getting into that squat. But as you can see, I'm moving around on the ball. I'm trying to change head orientation, hip height. If I look forward versus looking down at the ground, I do have to work harder. A lot of balance is based on visual feedback. Whew. All right, I feel like I've stabilized here. So you may find that different size ball will affect you in different ways. Some things might be easier on a big ball. Some might be easier on a small ball. You know, if you're a grappler and you wanted to try to be super specific, which that's where I feel a lot of grapplers fail, is they try to be crazy specific. You know, here's a knee on belly. If you're working on general qualities in the gym, which is what you should be trying to do in the gym, the goal isn't to have something that's super specific to your sport. You're developing that balance in your sport. You need to hit the other areas that you don't develop in your sport. And when you do that, you'll have a much easier time. My client Jeff just walked in. He likes to experiment as well, so probably get him on the ball. He's much better looking than I am, so it'll be eye candy for you. Oh, shit. Save yourself, and you can find those new areas to bounce on. Why don't you come on over, Jeff? I think you'll have some fun. So I was trying to get to squat on the ball, but I could not because I just did a leg session. My legs are absolutely fried.
Stay on the ball and squat?
Yeah, I tried to. I couldn't quite get there. It'd be hard either way, but it's really hard when your legs are also like all juiced up.
For sure.
So that was, so I started with knees on, and I just kind of played from there. Jeff, everybody. So I started knees on, finding my balance here. You can kind of go up and down with the hips a little bit.
Okay.
And from there, I do things like plant one leg. So you're almost like in a semi-crouched like combat position.
What's better, shoes, no shoes?
I don't know. Still something I haven't played around with that much.
My zeros are soaking wet. So.
Yeah. Oh.
Is it any easier doing it on this ball as opposed to the bigger style?
I think that it probably changes the challenge. Like it's probably easier in some ways and harder in others.
I've tried standing on the bigger ones and I fail miserably.
Yeah. Yes. I've managed to squat. I don't know which one I squatted on. I managed to get to the squat, but I could not stand up.
It's okay to fall on the camera's on, right?
Oh, yeah. I've already fallen with cameras on. If I only did stuff I was good at, I'd still suck. All right. So Jeff was able to do it. So he's handsome and skilled, and I'm pretty sure he's single. So
Ladies.
I think it's mostly dudes. I think all 6 subscribers of mine are probably dudes, but just in case. I'll try that again. So you built up to like the base. So you were knee, then you built up to here.
Yeah. Getting that left for me was not easy.
All right.
I should have started with my left, I think, because I got less range on my left.
My leg feels slightly less shaky.
Oh, dang. You're going straight into the stand.
No, I just couldn't lower myself into the squat in time.
Not easy.
It's not. Yeah, so before you got here, I was going over, people say balance is very specific, so it's kind of silly to have training a general sense of balance. And I think if you train enough things, you will develop a general sense. Like, I think it's really hard to make the argument that, a gymnast is only balanced on balance beam, and like, good luck making that argument.
Right.
So I think of things like this. Rope flow on one leg is really, really ridiculous. Balance beam. Work with your eyes closed. That's always good.
Have you ever seen those little beanie boards? You know what I'm talking about?
The beanie boards?
Yeah, it's like a board with a tightrope on it.
Oh, yeah. It's like a slack line, kind of. Yeah. Like a small slack line that you could take with you everywhere. Yeah, I feel like the length will make it easier, but it's still going to be harder than standing there.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great if people invest in those like little like balance beams that they get for their kids for gymnastics. And then you can do things like juggle while you walk up and down it. You can close your eyes.
Yeah.
Putting your hands behind your back makes it more challenging. I was trying to do a 2-ball juggle at one point while balancing a stick in the other hand on the balance beam. That was pretty rough. Circus tricks. Alec, I can't think of what his last name is. He posted up this thing, and it was the meme. It was like, stretch-based strength training is only for people that want to be circus freaks. And it's like the Tobey Maguire is like, you don't have to sell me on it. I'm already in. Like, yeah, I'm already in. Circus performers are amazing.
Yeah, those guys are basically like gymnasts.
Yeah. And sometimes they have even more skills because they're also learning to juggle and ride the unicycle and Yeah, strong as all hell. It's probably not what Jeff was expecting to come into. But we're going to get into our session, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and invest in a Swiss ball. Have some fun.